Welcome back to the classroom. My name is Mr. Wong. Today we're going to explain the exam again. This time it's going to be the additional sample physics paper for Module 7. Change that. Question 11. So it says diagram 1 shows the absorption spectrum of light produced by incandescent filament. You can see here diagram 1. This is the filament for hydrogen. After it has been shone through a quantity of hydrogen gas, diagrams 2 and 3 show the spectra obtained from two stars, C and D. The dark lines in the diagrams are absorption bands, so you see there. Okay. The question states that we would like to explain what the spectrum of each star, so what the spectra of each star tells us about the motion of the star. Okay, so there's two types of motion when it comes to the stars. We can look at translational, so that's direct motion, so moving towards you or away from you, and then the other motion we can look at is rotational. Okay, so those are the few things we can talk about. If we look at star C here, you can see where the red part of the spectrum is. It's a little bit more further to the red side or to the right hand side than the standard spectra that we have of hydrogen here. So what we can tell is most likely star red is moving away from us because it's red shifted. So we see a red shift here. Another way you can see it is because the ultraviolet positioning is a bit further towards the red side. Diagram 3, we can actually see star D here. We can see that if we kind of jot down where the line sort of is, we can see that the red part of the spectrum is actually further to the left-hand side here, so it's more blue shifted, which means that it is moving towards us. Another thing we can look at is the blurry lines. So if you recall, besides the Doppler shifts, or the Doppler shifts show us with these blurry lines that there is some kind of rotation going on as well. On this one here, because we see very sharp lines, that would suggest that there is no rotational occurring. The fact that we see these blurry lines would suggest that there are some kind of rotational motion occurring on star D. Okay, so that's how you break down that question. Let's now respond. Okay, so we'll start with star C. So star C. The spectrum is redshifted. This means the star is moving away from the observer. And then we have star D. Do it in a different color. So for star D, the spectrum is blue shifted, which means star D is moving towards the observer. The blurry absorption lines also indicate that the star is rotating due to the Doppler effect. Okay, so that's how you do the question here. We firstly looked at what the cause is. So the cause we see is, actually the cause here is actually the motion moving away. And then the effect is seeing a red shift for star C. For star D, the effect is the star moving towards us, and we see that because of the effect of the blue shift. We know it's rotating, that's the effect, because of the Doppler effect showing blurry lines on the absorption spectra. So that's how you do the question. One additional thing I would write down as well here is the star is not rotating, so no rotation, because the spectra lines are thin and sharp. If you found this video useful in explaining past paper questions and you enjoy these explanations or how to break down the question, give this video a like and subscribe. I'll see you next time when we do more of these kind of videos.